Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we now proceed to the transfer of authority. The change of command ceremony is one of the oldest traditions in military history. It is a solemn The Command Sergeant Major of KFOR-29, Massimo Pizzola, will now present the NATO flag for the final time to Major General Bardwani, Commander of KFOR-29. Major General Bardwani will now pass the flag to Admiral Munch, thereby formally relinquishing his command of the Kosovo force. Admiral Munch will now entrust the flag to Major General Özkan Ulutaş, symbolizing his assumption of command as the new commander of KFOR-30. Finally, Major General Ulutaş will return the flag to Command Sergeant Major of KFOR-30, Ahmet Cemalettin Tukur, thus completing the transfer of authority. Major General Bardwani and Command Sergeant Major Pizzola will now furl the flag of KFOR-29. This act symbolizes the conclusion of the 29th mandate, and with it, the closing of a proud chapter in the history of the Kosovo force. The flag of KFOR-30 will then be unfurled by Major General Ulutaş and Command Sergeant Major Tukur. This act marks the beginning of Major General Ulutaş's mandate as commander of the Kosovo force. It represents continuity of mission, renewal of leadership, and the enduring commitment of KFOR to peace and stability in Kosovo.
Distinguished guests and loyal serving personnel of the Kosovo Force, welcome to this change of command ceremony at KFOR headquarters. I'm privileged and honored to be the first KFOR commander to take on this crucial responsibility for the second time. I express my gratitude to Turkish national authorities and to NATO's political and military leaderships for the honor of this new assignment. This second service at the helm of KFOR builds upon past experience. It provides a sense of mission continuity, and it attests to the ironclad commitment of the Atlantic Alliance to regional stability. It also reflects a truly collective effort. Ambassador Mustafa Babir Hızlan, with whom I worked during my first term, has again been appointed as political advisor. Brigadier General Maximilian Clark, currently serving as Chief of Staff, after having been Director of Operations at Allied Joint Force Command, Naples, has extensive knowledge and experience with regard to KFOR. I'm grateful to Turkish, Italian, and US authorities for providing me with the opportunity to serve again with such an experienced command group. As you know, KFOR has been operating for over 26 years in Kosovo under NATO's lead with the mandate based on United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244 of 1999 to maintain a safe and secure environment for all people living in Kosovo. We stand ready and fully committed to carry out our long-standing mission for the benefit of lasting security in Kosovo and of regional stability. We will do so through different activities and efforts on the ground, as well as through our steadfast support towards real progress in the EU-facilitated dialogue for the normalization of relations between Belgrade and Pristina, which is the path towards ultimate stability. In this respect, I want to recognize the important work that many representatives of the international community to continue to perform. The North Atlantic Council, the European Union, and the countries of the qenë group, as well as the heads of allied diplomatic missions to Kosovo, the United Nations mission in Kosovo, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe mission in Kosovo, and the European Union Rule of Law mission in Kosovo. I thank them for their presence today. I witnessed firsthand their invaluable support during my first tenure as KFOR commander. And I look forward to further strengthening KFOR's cooperation with all of them in the next weeks and months. I also undertake to further consolidate our interactions and coordination with the institutions in Kosovo and with the Chief of General Staff of the Serbian Armed Forces. In accordance with NATO procedures and policies, and with my authorities and responsibilities under United Nations Security Council Resolution 1244 of 1999 and the associated military technical agreement. I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for the excellent cooperation already developed during my first tenure. I stand ready to build on our previous experiences and on the excellent work performed my predecessor, Major General Bardouani, and to further consolidate our level of cooperation. This is key to security in Kosovo and is paramount for the fulfillment of KFOR's mission. Furthermore, I count on the continued cooperation from the Kosovo Police and ULEX in their respective roles of security responders. KFOR is well postured across Kosovo and is ready to tackle any relevant security developments. I would like to express my gratitude to NATO allies and partners for their respective troop contributions. As KFOR commander, my priority during this period will be to ensure that KFOR's mission of maintaining a safe and secure environment for all communities in Kosovo and ensuring freedom of movement for the international community continues to be carried out in an impartial and transparent manner, and in close coordination with NATO's political and military leaderships. Throughout, the safety of all of KFOR personnel will remain paramount. Distinguished guests, I would now like to say a few words about Major General Enrico Bardouani. When I first met him last year, I saw in Major General Bardouani a vastly experienced, talented, professional soldier with high diplomatic skills. I knew that he would be an excellent KFOR commander. Today, I see that my first impressions were right. Throughout, Major General Bardouani has performed his duties with outstanding success. I can say with confidence that I'm inheriting a KFOR that is at a higher level than the one I handed over to Major General Bardouani. As always, he was an excellent host during the handover process and provided us with excellent support. I would like to take this opportunity to thank him once again for his professionalism and dedication. And I wish him every success in his new role as Deputy Chairman of the EU Military Committee. At the beginning of my speech, I mentioned the importance of experience. In this regard, it is very important that Admiral Munch, the commander of Allied Joint Force Command Naples, is guiding KFOR with his experience and determined leadership. I expressed my gratitude to him for this at last year's handover ceremony. I'm confident that his leadership will continue to guide us. I would like to take this opportunity to express my deep gratitude for the opportunity to work with him again. Speaking of experience, I would also like to mention Sabri Tunç Angılı, the distinguished ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to Kosovo. I benefited greatly from his extensive knowledge and valuable insights during my previous term. I'm very pleased that Ambassador Angılı, who has gained even more experience during his tenure in Kosovo, is with us again this term. We will greatly benefit from his consolidated knowledge and valuable support. Before concluding, I would like to reiterate my gratitude to the Turkish national and NATO authorities who have once again deemed me worthy of this position. In the presence of the Chief of Turkish General Staff, General Selçuk Bayraktaroğlu, and all of you distinguished participants. As in the previous term, I will carry out my duties transparently and impartially, in full compliance with the applicable legislation and directives from the higher commands, and in cooperation and coordination with all stakeholders. My commitment remains the same: together stronger for peace. I thank you once again for attending the ceremony, and I respectfully greet you all with the sincere hope that we will move closer to lasting security and stability in the region for the benefit of all communities throughout my second time at the helm of KFOR. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the NATO anthem will now be played. Please stand